Wait. That ain't what this is. Let's get to the real video. Here we are. Finally at my retirement. You know, we it's been a ride. I'll say that. I've been through some ups and downs within this league or within this community, and I'd say you know, I wouldn't give it up for anything. It's given me some insight on, you know, the person I am and all of that. So regarding the Suzuryu uh thing or whatever you want to call it. So after the game with Paul VI or whatever the fuck they're called, right? Um, I uh, what's it called? Supposedly, by some people's standards, I completely sold the game and I should quit the league. So, I was like, okay, whatever, you guys are assholes. Cause I did, I kind of did some stuff with this league. I did interviews. I took my time out of my day to make the league more interesting. But whatever. You can be what we can be. So, I'm a little butthurt about that. I go to sleep. I'm like, whatever, we lost. Shift sold us, kinda, because he scheduled this game with this team that we didn't have to face until later. Whatever. So I wake up the next day, which is today, right? And, I see that we sign Logan, alright? And I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. Shift paid 1K to, I think he paid 1K to get him on our team. So I'm like, alright, okay, whatever. So I I see in our team chat that that Frosty made a video about our game. I'm like, okay, let me watch this. So I watched through it, Frosty does some jokes, yada yada, calls me 30 years old. I'm like, okay, whatever. So after that, I'm like, I say in the ZMB chat, I'm like, just watch Frosty's video. He called me 30. Lol or something like that. And then I was like, yeah, but while I was watching that, I heard that Nixon and Dia were like getting on my head for no reason. I was like, okay, I'm a little mad about that. These dudes, I gave Nixon an interview. I was being nice to these guys. You don't have to do me like that. Whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So, um, something happens. I keep talking. I'm like, I'm not toxic. Blah blah blah. And then after that, we uh Nixon, while we're in the middle of this like argument, I'm like, yo, fuck you, Nixon. I'm being a little, I'm being a little retarded. I'm like, I'm gonna blacklist you. I'm obviously not going to Nixon, don't worry. It's just a troll. Anyway, during that exchange with Nixon, Nixon brings up the fact that Shift said I sold our team. And then Food randomly comes out of nowhere and says in the chat, sorry, Food, but he says in the chat, he says, I told Shift not to replace you, but he wants to win a K&B ring. Like it's not that serious. So I think about it. I'm like, yo, but I really think about it. I'm like, yo, he actually did. I think he's gonna try to replace me with Logan. So I go in our team chat. I'm like, yo, Shift. I add Shift. I'm like, never mind. Let me not do this. I was just like, okay, whatever. Hopefully it doesn't do anything. He's like, what, bro? Blah blah blah. We have this whole argument for like 20 minutes. I'm like, yo, Shift. If Logan plays over me, I'm gonna leave. Like, if I've gotten to that point in my K&B career where I get benched, then I don't want to play anymore. Like it's just how it is. Like I don't play this game to you know like like be a bench and not play. Like I play the game to stay on the court the entire time. Like I'm that type of player. I'm that caliber, I would say. But there's some obvious depreciation within my skill with over the years. But I think some people think that I don't got the skill that I used to, which is true. So I'm like, okay, if Logan starts over me, Shift, just kick me. And he's like, no, 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 dude, he's not gonna start over you, blah, blah, blah. And then Opti's like, dude, I'll just sub, don't worry. I'm like, dude, Shift, you don't have to pussyfoot around. Just say just tell me how it is. Like, tell me what you want to happen. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, I can take it. I don't care if you kick me. So me and Kuno are DMing during this, and he's like, Kuno's like, yada yada. Um, let me look. He's like, I would just see if you could join a different team. I'm like, no, if I get replaced, then, you know, I'll finally get peace within my life. You know, I can finally quit. Ascend like an angel, as I said. And then he's like, uh, I'm like, yo, these dudes expect me to be like a GOAT player or something, but I've always been like this, you know? My stat lines say the same thing every league. Like, I've never really carried a team. I've never been that caliber of player. Like, you should sign me well knowing that, you know, I'm not gonna carry your team or something. Whatever, you know. But after that, he's like, Kuno's like, yo, I'm telling Shift straight up, don't, don't like have Table show up to the game and then sub him. Like, I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. Don't have me show up to the game and then just sub me. And then I'm talking to him during this. I'm like, yo, if you want to kick me, just kick me. And he was like, alright, bro, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I was like, okay, whatever. You know, I got it. And he's like, alright, bro, sorry. Sorry for this. I know it was my fault for getting us in this situation, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I don't care that much, you know? I'm like, but just remember, Shift. This, I'm like, I'm not completely like mad or anything, but like, there's a some extent. I've known this dude Shift ever since the beginning of like 2015 or something, dude. Like, you know, that's been over like 6 years, right? So I'm like, just remember this, Shift. There's, uh, I will remember this, you know, like you're really throwing away a friendship for winning KMB ring. And he's like, yep, don't ever team with me again, because I keep doing you wrong. I'm like, okay. You know, he kicks me. I'm like, all right, well, here I am. So I finally have decided to retire. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. And I look back on my KNB experience, you know, and I'm like, you know, it wasn't bad. Like all the shit that people be saying, like KMB's community sucks dick. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, you know, that shit is. There's the moments in like in your childhood and your like life where you know, like where you don't want it to go away. Cause like this kind of made me who I am. You know, it toughened me up a little bit. Like, I used to be a little pussy bitch, but after getting shit on in this league over and over, you know, I finally understood that, you know, sometimes people got to be toxic online. And it actually, this community like showed me or gave me friends that I would probably never give up in my life, like, you know, Takris, Niji, Elijah, well, not Elijah, but kind of Elijah, Blizz, Joe, all those dudes. Everyone that I give shit to, like, you guys aren't, you know, like, I wouldn't trade you for anything. You guys are cool. Like, I will say that. Like, Ultra, thank you for making this game to, you know, like, give me my final experience, I guess you could say. So, you know, I've been through a lot, you know, in this league. Been through a lot of specs, been through a lot of controversy. But, I think it's finally time that I, give my leave. So, yeah, um, this is probably the last time you'll see me playing on a team. I might, you know, I might come back to, if KMBE comes, I might be like bored or something, or, you know, I might be ESPN for that. But other than that, I don't think I'm ever gonna play on a team ever again. So it's I will say, you know, I will declare I am Tepe. Like, I will say that. Like, no one embodies Tepe as much as me. Hado may say he does, but he doesn't. No offense, Hado. I will also say, before I end this off, I I'm pretty sure I have the most finals appearances of any player ever. Combined with Tensai, Kyosen, Seirin, other teams. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not the person with the most, I'm damn near close to it. But yeah, I'll give some shout outs for the end of my career. Thank you to Tensai for teaching me my playstyle. Thank you to Opti for appearing in my DMs randomly every once a year or twice a year. Jake, you wanna join my team? Thank you to Joe. Always got the leagues randomly. Thank you to VK. Always got the leagues randomly as well. Thank you to Harris. You know, he's always been there. He's always, you know, always stepped up to the plate. Thank you to Salem for rigging my game that one time. Duh, but yeah, if I didn't mention you, don't take that personally, but uh this might be corny, but just how it is. Um so I'm finally gonna, you know, ascend to different things. You can expect some games from me, Vedin and Talkers and Niji and all those guys. You can, you know, you can say you that's it, you know. So thank you guys. Thank you all. So I'll see you. See you in the next life. No, I'll see you around. But see you guys.